is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
The time right now is 4:27 here on our Friday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. And if you're about to step outside, boy, you are in for a rude awakening. It is very cold out there, Alyssa Donovan. And you're joining us right now. Alyssa Donovan, the star Alyssa Donovan, is joining us right now to tell us just how cold it is.
Yes, it is very cold. You're right. Those temperatures are in the teens right now. So a very chilly start to your Friday. But keep in mind, these are not the coldest temperatures we're actually going to see in the 7-day forecast. The good news is it is the coldest temperatures we're going to see over the next couple days here and into the weekend. So 19 degrees to start out your Friday. Those temperatures only climbing into the mid-30s this afternoon, so we are well below average. The good news is we are going to see plenty of sunshine, and as we head through the weekend, we are going to see the southerly wind help usher in a little bit more warm air. So it's going to be a cold start tomorrow morning in the 20s for people running the Monumental Marathon, and then we are going to warm up a little bit back into the mid-50s by Sunday before we drop way back down Monday morning. So we're going to see a little bit of a roller coaster when it comes to temperatures.
Oh my goodness. And don't you guys think that the first really chilly, cold days, they feel so much colder?
So much colder.
Yeah,
yes.
so much worse.
Yeah, you feel it in your bones.
Yeah, so bundle up today.
Okay, Alyssa, thank you very much. And you just chatted about the Monumental Marathon. Well, runners will be out starting this morning getting ready for that. And boy, they're going to be cold out there, Lauren.
Yes, and maybe it's a little preparation for what they might expect this weekend. So wear the layers. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the Monumental Marathon and what you can expect for that. But the big factor will be the cold weather that we have today for that pre-run, you could say, and over the weekend.
And we also are going to touch on road closures that will be happening, especially if you have plans downtown this weekend. The red line will also be impacted by this. So we're going to go over all of that information.
Another story that we are following right now, this is a Call 6 investigation that our Kara Kenny has been working on. She's really digging into the numbers of school discipline and if race plays a factor in what happens.
Yeah, she has been crunching the numbers now for months, looking at whether the color of your child's skin indicates how severely they will be disciplined. So there is major disparities in schools across central Indiana. It is a story that any parent will want to see and see how their school falls into this investigation.
Yeah, and we're all taxpayers, so no matter if you have a child there or not, this is something that may interest you. Another story we have for you today is part of our Hiring Hoosiers. We're wrapping up the week looking at industries that are attracting women. Maybe they're short on female employees and workers, and so they're trying to get more women. And I'm going to show you a program. We're going to go back and tell you about Lift Academy. We told you about them earlier this year when they first started things up, but now they're hosting events to attract more young girls to get more women in the cockpit. So we'll talk more about that as well as news, weather, and traffic coming up for your Friday.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Police are searching for this missing girl from Avon. What we know about the teen's disappearance.
Schools are taking a different approach to discipline. Call 6 investigates the new techniques and how they could impact your child.
And a fire department is making a major change to its Safe Haven baby box. Why they hope it will remove a barrier for parents in crisis. 4:30 here on your Friday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey. Alyssa Donovan is with us this morning to break down a chilly start to your Friday. What's it feeling like out there, Alyssa?
So it feels like the chilliest start of the season so far. We noticed it when we walked inside today. I had to bundle up. You are going to have to bundle up as you head outside. The good news is we're going to warm up a little bit through the weekend, but it's going to be brief because we are cooling way down to start next week. We are going to start Monday and Tuesday again in the teens, and that's where we are right now. We're right around 19 degrees in Indianapolis right now, 17 degrees in Peru, 18 degrees in Lafayette, and 22 degrees in Muncie. Taking a closer look, we are still in the 20s across Castleton, New Palestine, Greenfield at 20 degrees, and Greenwood at 20 degrees as well. So a very cold start today. Those temperatures are only going to warm into the mid-30s this afternoon. We've had clear skies overnight. That has helped bring in that Arctic cool air and helped it settle in as we headed overnight last night, and that's why we are starting so cool this morning. We have this high pressure ridge that's building into place. That cold front moved through yesterday. That is out of the area, so we are going to see plenty plenty of clear and sunny skies today, but those temperatures are going to stay cool. So starting in the teens and 20s at many locations this morning, we have that northerly wind. Now it is light though, so it won't be breezy, but it is going to help usher in that cooler air. We'll see a little bit of cloud coverage throughout the day. Temperatures into the mid-30s, a little bit warmer this weekend. I'll have those details coming up in the full forecast.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Here is a live look right now at your drive over on the east side of town, I-465 and I-70. You can see traffic in this area is moving along up to speed. No major issues to slow you down. So let's take a turn across town over to the west side. I-70 here and High School Road. You can see traffic on I-70 is moving along up to speed. Both eastbound and westbound. We'll continue to keep a close eye on any issues on your roads and keep you updated throughout the morning.
This morning, police are searching for a missing girl from Avon. Investigators say 17-year-old Gabrielle Stephanie Borthwick has not been seen since Wednesday afternoon near her home in the Settlement neighborhood. She was last seen wearing a green sweater, black pants, and black boots. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please call the number on your screen, 317-839-8700.
We're learning new information about a woman found dead Sunday at an Indianapolis Catholic church in the Fountain Square area. Police say that 58-year-old Julie Morey was stabbed and strangled. Morey's body was found on a couch inside the Religious Education Center building of St. Patrick Catholic Church on Prospect Street. Her death is being investigated as a homicide.
The Newcastle Police Department is warning you about a new scam circulating through text message. Investigators say people are getting texts that say Newcastle Police Chief Matt Schofield is conducting an investigation into cell phone scanning. The message then asks people to call a phone number where they're told they must pay money as part of the investigation. Newcastle Police again say it is a scam and that police would never ask for payment over the phone.
Today, the Carmel Fire Department will make a change to its Safe Haven baby boxes. It's all in an effort to remove a possible barrier for parents in crisis. That department will add bilingual signs on the baby box at the fire station number 45 that's located on College Avenue. The new sign will eventually be installed at all baby box locations. Baby boxes are a safe and legal way for parents to anonymously surrender infants under Indiana's Safe Haven law.
Schools are learning how to take a different approach to disciplining students.
Traditionally, students face punishments like suspensions, expulsions, but that's all changing. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny got a first-hand look at the training to find out how this could impact your child.
More than a dozen schools and providers from around the state of Indiana are gathered here in Warren Township. They're kicking off a year-long training in positive school discipline. Traditionally, when a student misbehaves, they're given their punishment and sent on their way. The Positive School Discipline Initiative pushes school administrators and teachers to focus on why students act the way they do.
Making sure that teachers aren't looking at just the behavior, but the student, and how can we get beyond this behavior, really work with this child and move them along. And that's deep work. It is mindset shifting with people who sometimes didn't grow up in the same environment that some of our students did.
IPS and Warren Township are among the local school districts participating in today's training.
How do we respond to our kids? You know, our kids come from neighborhoods. We have 6 zip codes. 2 of those neighborhoods are high crime districts. So we want to be able to respond accordingly to our kids and to our families to help them in tough times and in good times.
This approach to discipline doesn't mean students aren't held accountable for their actions, but it pushes school leaders to factor in things like trauma, a history of abuse in the family, or poverty.
To understand the power of one, the research is very clear that one caring adult relationship can change a student's life path.
The training costs schools $4,500 to train 7 employees for a year, and workers are then encouraged to train their colleagues. Each person leaves with a stack of handouts to bring back to their school, including a list of goals like building relationships and self-esteem and creating a calm classroom and a family-type atmosphere. Working for you in Indianapolis, I'm Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny.
Kara, thank you. Coming up at 6 o'clock right here on Good Morning Indiana, Call 6 Investigates is looking into why black students are more likely to be suspended and arrested, plus the financial impact it's having on all of us and the consequences if we don't address it.
Our TV6 is getting results for people living in a Southwest Side apartment complex after they say management wasn't fixing an unbearable stench and mold growing in several units. Monday night, we took you into Nicole Mears and Jason Pierce's apartment on the Southwest Side. inside. Their apartment had mold growing on walls in the furnace room. It's a problem multiple neighbors told RTV6 they were also having. The Marion County Health Department cited the complex for raw sewage that was leaking in the crawl space under the building, causing the smell and moisture to rise into the apartments. Now, after sharing their story, all the units in the building have been repaired in the past 2 days.
I did notice when I came in that the smell wasn't as horrible and that they're still working on it. So she says that by tomorrow we should be able to come back in our apartment.
Honestly, if you guys didn't step in and do your due diligence, this never would have happened. Honestly, it would have been another small Band-Aid on a gaping wound, honestly. And thank you guys.
The health department is scheduled to re-inspect the building when the work is complete. If you're having similar issues or see something that seems unsafe in your home, you can alert the health department on its website, marionhealth.org.
Well, as we get closer to Veterans Day, RTV6 is learning more about a program that's helping vets who may be disqualified from other resources. Veterans Court helps rehabilitate servicemen and women who have committed crimes in Hamilton County. Marine Corps veteran Kyle Reynolds benefited from this program. He was medically discharged back in 2012 after a crash that left him with a traumatic brain injury. After coming home, Kyle developed a drinking problem, felt lost in life, and was arrested a few times.
When the team in Veterans Court say that they will show you structure and accountability, they're not lying. They keep up with you. They will, if you start to slip, they will let you know, and they will insist on helping you fix it.
The phases of Veterans Court are treatment, education, growth, and graduation. 25 people have graduated from this program since its creation back in 2015. For more information, you can head on over to the RTV6 app and click on this story.
The Democratic race for president could be gaining a new competitor. Coming up, why billionaire Michael Bloomberg is reconsidering a run.
Many people woke up to a very delayed text messages yesterday. Still ahead, what phone companies say caused the messages from February to finally go through.
And we are starting in the teens this morning. Temperatures only climbing into the mid-30s. It's going to be a sunny and cold Friday. We recover a little bit this weekend, but much colder start to the work week. I'll break down everything you need to know coming up.
We love Burlington.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 4:42 here on your Friday, and we're keeping a close eye on traffic. Right now we have some lanes blocked as you're heading into the South Split. You can see the flashing light there on the right side of your screen. Everything is still traveling through this area though, so we'll continue to keep a close eye out for any construction and delays, and we'll keep you updated throughout the morning.
A potential shakeup in the race for president, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg could now throw his hat in the ring. ABC's Andrea Fujii has more from New York.
And I couldn't figure out
this morning, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg sending a jolt through the presidential race. ABC News has confirmed the billionaire plans to file paperwork today to put his name on the Democratic primary ballot in Alabama just before an approaching deadline.
This is the biggest step yet that he has made toward becoming a candidate.
Bloomberg, an outspoken critic of President Trump, spoke to MSNBC in August, questioning the strength of the Democratic candidates.
I think a lot of the pandering and some of the more liberal things that are really not, it's really not practical. The economics wouldn't work. The public wouldn't want it. The public does not want revolutionary change. It wants evolutionary change.
Overnight, a top Bloomberg advisor tweeted in part, "We now need to finish the job and ensure that Trump is defeated." But Mike is increasingly concerned that the current field of candidates is not well positioned to do that. If Mike runs, he would offer a new choice to Democrats. Originally a lifelong Democrat, Bloomberg has changed party affiliations over the years, running for New York City mayor in 2001 as a Republican, then becoming an independent, but last year re-registered as a Democrat.
There are a number of moderates in this race already that are trying to position themselves as an alternative to those progressives. So he could just add another name to that pile and really divide up that vote.
Both Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren have made an issue of going after billionaires like Bloomberg with a wealth tax and inheritance tax.
It's not enough just to have somebody come in, anybody, and say they're going to buy this election.
Though this is relatively late in the game, the latest ABC News Washington Post poll found that 50% of Democratic primary voters said while they might favor someone, they were willing to switch their opinion later. In New York, Andrea Fujii, ABC News.
Time now, 4:44. A lawyer for the whistleblower in the impeachment inquiry sent a letter to the White House warning the president to cease and desist attacking his client. The attorney for the anonymous government worker believes the rhetoric is putting the whistleblower and their family in physical danger. The person expressed concern about a phone call between President Trump and the president of Ukraine, sparking the impeachment investigation. During a campaign rally in Louisiana, Trump repeatedly attacked the credibility of the whistleblower. Several conservatives have also threatened to reveal this person's name. And this morning, we're hearing from the Indiana Democratic Congressman Andre Carson about the impeachment inquiry. He serves on the House Intelligence Committee, which is hearing most of the testimony. We asked the congressman about the public hearing set to begin next week.
My hope is that the questions being displayed before the public will give people a real-time feeling and sense to be able to make their own conclusion about this administration and its excess.
Well, we caught up with Congressman Carson at an event at the Jane Pauley Community Health Center on East 30th Street. He spent time there to encourage people in Indiana to sign up for health care coverage during open enrollment season. Just a reminder, you can sign up for insurance under the Affordable Care Act through December 15th.
A Buffalo Wild Wings employee in Massachusetts has died after being exposed to a toxic cleaner. 10 other workers also became sick while some were cleaning the restaurant's floors. All of them complained of difficulty breathing and were taken to the hospital. The toxic cleaning agent has a lot of chlorine, which can be dangerous if not used correctly. A spokesperson for Buffalo Wild Wings said they are shocked by the horrific accident and are working with authorities to investigate.
7 people are in custody after a security company falsely claimed that its products were made in the USA. The company called Aventura is accused of selling this equipment, which was actually made in China, to the U.S. government. Police searched the New York-based company and arrested executives at their home. The FBI says the lie raised security concerns because hackers could get remote control of Aventura devices and access sensitive data. The company's cameras and other equipment are currently being used at dozens of military bases. Federal prosecutors say the fraud went on for 13 years. Time now is 4:46. Want to toss things over to Alyssa for a check of our cold forecast.
Ooh, it is a cold start, Lauren. Temperatures in the teens across the Midwest. You can see that air has just settled over the region, that cool Arctic air. Teens right now in Indianapolis, 19 degrees, and taking a look to the north of us, Tipton at 18, Peru at 17. We're at 22 degrees in Muncie and 19 degrees in Richmond. So a very cool start today. Those temperatures will climb just a smidge this morning into the low 20s. So we'll be just a little bit warmer as you step outside this morning, but still a very cold start, our coolest start as we've had this season. So what's going on right now is that cold front moved through yesterday, high pressure built in behind that, and we also have these north-northwest winds. That's helping bring in that cool, dry air from the north, which is why we are seeing those very cool temperatures to start today. We're not going to warm up that much either, so we're not going to see a breezy day, but those winds are going to help bring in that cooler air throughout the day. So starting this morning, we will be into the low 20s right around 8:30 this morning as you head out the door, and then by the lunch hour, temperatures just hitting right around freezing, but you'll notice clear skies throughout that time period, so we are going to see some sunshine. That's the good news in the forecast for today. By the evening, a little bit more cloud coverage rolls in. Temperatures, though, only climbing into the mid-30s, so we are well below average for this time of year. We're staying cool tomorrow before we really start to recover throughout the day for your Saturday. So if you are running the Monumental Marathon or if you are going to be a spectator, you are definitely going to want to bundle up tomorrow morning. Temperatures will still be into the 20s, and then we are going to see a breezy day throughout your Saturday. Those winds will shift out of the south, which will help bring in a little bit more warm air. So temperatures will climb a little bit higher into the mid-40s, close to right around 50 degrees with plenty of sunshine and those breezy conditions. But it is going to start very cool for your Saturday. We'll continue to recover with those temperatures on Sunday with highs reaching the mid-50s across the area. So that's really going to be the nicest day in our forecast. By late Sunday night, though, we have a cold front that's going to sweep through. That's going to bring us the potential of some light precipitation, better chance of seeing some of that rain and snow on Monday. Also, our temperatures are going to drop way down. So here's a look at our high temperatures over the next 5 days. Today, we are in the 30s. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer. Our warmest day will be on Sunday before we plummet again Monday and Tuesday with those temperatures only starting in the teens for next week. So it is going to be another chilly start Monday and Tuesday. We're just going to recover a little bit over the weekend. Today, starting in the 20s across the area, only climbing into the mid-30s this afternoon with partly sunny skies throughout the day. 36 for our high. 47 for our high on Saturday. Again, starting cool tomorrow morning. 53 for our high on Sunday. That's going to be the day to get outside before we drop off quite a bit by Monday morning.
Alyssa, you are keeping a close eye on your roads as you're heading out there to kick off your Friday. Right now, I want to take a live look at I-70. This is in Greenfield. A heads up to drivers as you're traveling on I-70, maybe through the Knightstown area, heading eastbound here on I-70, getting to State Road 109. Just watch out, stay to the left because crews are working in the right lane right now on some maintenance work, and we'll keep you updated on that project. No delays at this hour. Let's take a look at our map. The good news right now, no crashes to report around the metro area, so everything is smooth sailing. Let's take a turn over now to the west side, I-465 near Crawfordsville Road, where traffic's moving along up to speed northbound and southbound. Still pretty quiet out that way. Again, we'll keep you updated on any crashes or issues that might slow you down.
If you woke up to an unexpected text message yesterday morning, you're not alone. A mysterious wave of undelivered, months-old messages swept the nation. Many people seeing a happy Valentine's Day from friends, family, and in some cases, exes. And U.S. carriers are having trouble explaining. T-Mobile called it a third-party vendor issue, while Sprint says it's because of a maintenance update. Verizon and AT&T did not comment.
Well, the National Basketball Association is joining the world of streaming. It's launching its new streaming service, NBA TV, that allows people to have access to live NBA games and other shows like The Warm-Up and NBA Crunch Time. The app would also let you watch old games, including NBA Finals going back to 2000. NBA TV costs $6.99 a month or $59.99 a year. If you're hoping to watch the Pacers games, though, well, they would be blacked out here in the Indianapolis area.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Well, Matchbox cars, Care Bears, Jenga, coloring books, and more childhood favorites were nominated for the National Toy Hall of Fame. After the break, the three that were the 2019 inductees.
7 years after the Southside explosion, what public safety says they are doing better. That story at 6 a.m. when I join Lauren and Meredith on Good Morning Indiana.
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, our continuing coverage of Florida versus Henry Segura. Really a captivating case out of Tallahassee, Florida. A man accused of a quadruple murder, including the deaths of his girlfriend and 3 children. He says it was a drug cartel hit. We're live in Tallahassee today on Court TV.
And don't forget, you can watch all new Court TV live right on your mobile device. Just visit CourtTV.com. It is 4:52 on your Friday. We'll be right back.
Bones are not new from Milk-Bone.
It is 4:56 on your Friday, and here's a live look at some construction on the north side of town. You want to watch out for this. You can expect to see road crews right now in the westbound lanes of I-465 near Allisonville Road. Left lane blocked at this time. No delays to report, though, so that is great news.
3 more toys are now inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in New York. The iconic toys in the class of 2019 include Matchbox cars, coloring books, and the strategy card game Magic the Gathering. The 3 selections beat out 9 other nominations, including Care Bears, Jenga, My Little Pony, and Nerf Blasters. I've never heard of that card game. Have you?
No, I have not heard of that. I'm like, was this around in the 90s?
I don't know. We'll have
Maybe
to do some research. It was, according to our director,
we just didn't have it at the Casey household.
Yes. Yeah. We were more of a Care Bear, My Little Pony, Barbie household.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Barbies for sure.
All right, Alyssa, what do we have in store for the weather? This forecast not going in the Hall of Fame.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone would put it in the Hall of Fame because it's going to be a chilly start. It is still fall, but it doesn't feel like it this morning. We're starting in the teens. Temperatures only climbing into the mid-30s this afternoon, so you will need that warm jacket throughout the day. 47 on Saturday, 53 on Sunday, and then we are dropping even more Monday morning back into the teens Monday and Tuesday morning to start out the work week.